بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. So now we're moving on to another type of qaid, is the tawabi'. Tawabi' includes what? The na'at, badal, bayan, tawqeed, all of these things. So the first thing we're going to discuss is the na'at. Okay? So at-tawabi'. And tawabi' they call tawabi' because they follow the matbu' in i'rab. So the badal follows the mubdal minhu in i'rab. The na'at follows the man'ut in i'rab, etc. So tawabi'. So tabi' is tabi'un. Tawabi' is the plural of tabi'atun. Okay? And fawa'il is usually the plural of fa'ilatun. وأما التوابع, as far as tawabi' are concerned, فالتقييد بها يكون للأغراض التي تقصد منها. As far as tawabi' are concerned, فالتقييد بها. So فالتقييد بها, making a sentence muqayyad with it, yakunu occurs for those agraz, which are those purposes which are intended from it, and he's explaining those. Okay? Why would you bring a na'at? For one of these sifat, one of these purposes. فَالنَّعْتُ يَكُونُ لِلتَّمْيِيزِ. Na'at sometimes occurs for tamyiz. What does the tamyiz mean? To distinguish. Okay? What does it mean? That you've got a word, a nakira word, for example. It usually occurs in nakira. A nakira word, and you want to do takhsis of it basically. Just to do taqleel al-ishtirak, or to remove some element. For example, let's say, Aliyun. Okay? But let's say, for example, Ali is ma'rifah, but let's say, for example, there was some kind of situation where there were more than one Ali. So which Ali? So you say what? Aliyun al-katib. So this is a na'at. What does this na'at do? This says tamyiz and distinguishes the katib Ali from the non-katib Ali. Does that make sense? Like for example, Allah says in the Quran, فَتَحْرِيرُ رَقَبَةٍ. Raqabah is the man'ut. So if a person violates the sawm or other things, then what does he have to do? تَحْرِيرُ رَقَبَةٍ مُؤْمِنَةٍ. He has to free a Muslim slave. So the mu'mina is what? The na'at. What does that do? It distinguishes and makes a clear difference between the raqabah, which is a mu'min, and the raqabah, which is not a mu'min. Okay, and this is also called what? Takhsis. Okay? Another one is kashf. Now, this is not very clear. Kashf means to basically open, to make clear, to clarify. So for example, say al-jismu, al-tawilu, al-aridu, al-amiq. So he's trying to say basically any kind of matter. It doesn't mean body, but it doesn't mean body as in human body. It means body as in like a scientific way. You have a body of water, a body of gas. So, which has length, width, and depth. Tawil, which has length, meaning which is long, has length. Arid has what? Width. And umuq is amiq, it has what? Depth. So a long, wide, deep body. يشغل حيزا من الفراغ, we take up space. So basically this tawil and these word kind of clarifies more, but I mean kind of any Quranic examples or any, and a lot of other scholars haven't mentioned, other books of Balagah have not mentioned the word kashf in their agharaz of na'at. Okay? Right. Ta'keed or tawqeed. So ta'keed is literally what? To emphasize something. So basically you can have a na'at which is there to make emphasis. For example, asharatun kamila. So when you say asharatun, ashara normally means what? 10 complete anyways. Exactly. By saying kamila, you're re-emphasizing the asharatun that is complete, not incomplete. Okay, for example, in the Quran, wa ilahukum ilahun. The ilahun is not tasniyah. It's wahid, isn't it? But by bringing ilahun wahidun, what does it do? It emphasizes the oneness. قُلْ نَحْمِلْ فِيهَا مِنْ كُلِّ زَوْجَيْنِ. Zawjain is what? We're saying it's wahid tasniyah jama'. It's tasniyah, is dual. But so you don't need for ithnain. I mean, realistically speaking. But ithnain is what? Tawqeed and ta'keed of the zawjain. وَمَا مِنْ دَابَّةٍ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَلَا طَائِرٍ يَطِيرُ بِجَنَاحَيْهِ. So there is no dabba. Dabba is something that crawls. Dabba yadibbu is to crawl. So there's no creature in the earth or no bird except that they have what? They are communities like you. Ummah here doesn't mean nation, but what? Communities. You know how you have a community, we function as a community. So all of the other creatures non-human. And even the birds, they are what? They have communities which help out each other and have a way of operating. Like the ants. If you see how the ants, they work they're a very communal animal, a creature. Bees as well. Now, when Allah says وَطَائِرٍ, there's no creature on the earth and there's no bird. Now, all birds have what? So there's no need to say no birds with wings. Because birds always have wings, don't they? But that's the way we speak. So even here, طَائِرٍ يَطِيرُ بِجَنَاحَيْهِ, there's no creature on earth, nor are there any birds which fly with their wings. Now by mentioning flying with their wings, there's no need to mention that. You can suffice without that. By bringing this is what? This is a na'at, but it's not, and the sifa is not to clarify, describe it, but it's rather to do what? Bring an emphasis. Make sense? Okay. Sometimes the purpose of the sifa, of what we call na'at, is what? Madah. What does madah mean? To praise. So for example, Khalidun. So we know when you say Khalid, there's only one Khalid. So we're not using the sifa to, the na'at. I keep on saying sifa, I'll explain the sifa and na'at shortly. We keep on using the na'at. We don't need the na'at because we already know who Khalid is. But if you say Khalid al-Humam, the brilliant Khalid, the outstanding Khalid, what are we using that? Why are we saying brilliant for? To praise him. If you say, for example, the builder Khalid, we know it's not the carpenter Khalid, it's the builder Khalid. So that's a tamyiz. Do you understand? And the same way it can be for madah, it can also be for dham. For example, وَامْرَأَتُهُ حَمَّالَةَ الْحَتَبِ, Allah is talking about the wife of Abu Lahab, Jamila. So, وَامْرَأَتُهُ حَمَّالَةَ الْحَتَبِ. So this is the na'at of حَمَّالَةَ الْحَتَبِ. Now why is it حَمَّالَةَ, not حَمَّالَةُ to match? I'll describe later inshallah. So for example, سَبِّحِ اسْمَ رَبِّكَ الْأَعْلَى. To glorify isma rabbik, the name of your Lord. Oh, a'la, the lofty. Now a'la can be sifa of Rabb or ism. So you can say glorify the lofty name of your Lord or glorify your lofty Lord. Okay? Madah, فَاسْتَعِذْ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ. Shaitan, we all know who shaitan is. There's no clarification needed. We say al-rajim, what are we doing here? We are lamenting him and criticizing him. Huh? Insulting, degrading, any kind of those words. Okay? Another purpose of na'at is tarahum. You mentioned one of his qualities. Why? To express the need to have mercy upon him. For example, irham ila Khalidin al-miskin. Have mercy on the poor Zaid. So we're not saying to praise him, not to degrade him, not to clarify, but saying that look, he's poor, so what does he need? Help. Go visit a poor guy. He's poor, he needs some help, or he's sick, the sick person. So we try to say, look, here there's a thing here that irham rahima doesn't come with ilah. Ar-Rahimun yarhamuhumur Rahman. So because of a maf'ul. So either they put ilah here as a khata, or they meaning tazmeen. Tazmeen mean what? You bring a muta'alliq of another verb to imply the meaning of the second hidden verb. For example, if I say jalasa, if I say jalastu ila zaydin. So jalasa doesn't come with ila, does it? When I put ila, it's as if it means here ataytu. So jalastu ila zaydin means basically I sat with Zayd, but not just I sat down, I went and sit with him. So it could be tazmeen or is a khata, one of the two of them. And I'm not sure what the tazmeen verb will be. Okay? Yeah?
You only know this from usage.
Yes. Because you don't have ilah with rahima. This one, and some dictionaries actually mention this, the tazmeeni meaning. Some will mention it, some will not. Okay. Now I want to mention something very important here. We use the word, we meaning the Hindu-Pak or the subcontinent Madaris and the scholars, we often use the word, but I'm speaking about what I know about, I can't just be across the board, but the ones I know about, we use the word sifa for adjective. Okay? And we say what? Mawsoof, sifa. So for example, say ilahun is mawsoof and wahidun is what? Sifa. Now, there's nothing wrong with this, and even I'll keep on saying, I've got a habit of saying it, but it's not the better option. And when you look in the book, the other books, the Arab books or the books of Nahwa written in Arabic, they wouldn't use ilah, they won't use mawsoof sifa. What did they say? They say, man'ut will come first. Man'ut. And then you have the sifa is called na'at. Okay? What's the reason for this? The reason for this is that when we say sifa in Arabic, sifa in Urdu, it means what? Description. Got it? So it describes, isn't it? Mawsuf sifa. Okay? But in Arabic, sifa can also refer to what? Sifatun sifa. So they refer to sifa, for example, as Ismul Fa'il is a sifa. No, it's a sifa, they call it a sifa. Ismul Maf'ul is a sifat. It doesn't mean adjectives, but you call these things sifa, meaning some of the mushtaqqat are called sifa. They describe this. Do you understand? Now, when you say sifa, like mawsuf sifa, then it can be mixed up between, do you mean not or do you mean this? So in Arabic books, sifa would refer solely to these. Or when they mean the adjective or describing word of a noun, they refer to it as not. So that's why it's best to call it what? Man'ut not, as opposed to all mawsuf sifa. I want to say it's not wrong, but it calls you, when you read in Nahwa books later on, it's like, okay, sifa, what do you mean by sifa? So in Arabic books of Nahwa, we see Arab al-Quran, etc., they refer to a sifa. Not everybody, but most of them refer to a sifa means what? Ismul fa'il, ismul maf'ul. Okay? So they won't use sifa in Turkey. You won't have you have badal, you have sifa, you have not. And when they refer to ismul fa'il and maf'ul, what do they say? They refer to it as a sifat. So that's why it's best to call what we call mawsuf sifa in Hindu-Pak or the subcontinent madaris, or the ones that I know of. We shouldn't call it mawsuf sifa. There's nothing wrong, but it's better to call it man'ut or not, so that you don't get mixed up with this one. You understand? But I've got habit. I'll often say sifa because it's habit, long-term habit. But it's best to use the word not. You understand? Okay. So even in a book, he doesn't know what to say here. فَالنَّعْتُ يَكُونُ. That's a sifa. You get what I'm saying? And that's why, for example, you would remember that somewhere it came that the second type of mubtada, this laysa lahu khabrun. It says here, when it came before that, if it was the second type of mubtada is a sifa which has a fa'il. So example, qa'imun ma qa'imun az-zaydani, for example. Okay? So in here, they would say what? Qa'imun is a sifa. Doesn't mean sifa as in mawsuf sifa, or what we call man'ut not, what we say mawsuf sifa. It means what? Ismul fa'il. So that's why when you see in the books of Nahwa, this is a sifa, I say, what does it mean by sifa? So keep that in your mind and clarify that. That's a very important point. Yeah? You got it? Right, moving on. A few other rules regarding not. I'm going to keep on saying sifa, but it's not. Okay? That's why it's important to get the right pronunciation of the words, get right terminology. But if you get a habit of saying it wrong, then it takes a very long effort or extra effort or a conscious effort to get rid of it. So the not is usually an adjective, meaning a mushtaq. Salu, from saluha you get salihun, saru you get sari'un, from you get saminun. So usually the main principle of na is that it should be a mushtaq, derived from a verb or a masdar. Correct? However, you can't have a jamid becoming an adjective, and a jamid word being used as an adjective. For example, one of these is, for example, the word mithl. We need the word mithl. So mithl is a jamid. It's not derived from any word. So this can be used as a not. Similarly, the word not. Okay? And a speciality about mithl, you see here, is mutawaghilun fil ibham. Correct. Mutawaghilun fil ibham is very, very vague. Because of this, what's the rule? That the mudhaf becomes ma'rifah due to the mudhaf ilay being ma'rifah. So in theory, kum is what? Ma'rifah. So in theory, mithl should also be what? Ma'rifah. We say no. This remains nakira, word mithl. The word mithl does not gain ma'rifahness from the mudhaf ilay. It remains nakira. That's why this can become the sifa of basharun. So mithl is a word with a jamid, and it still becomes the adjective. Similarly, the word the can also become what? A not. For example, the Prophet in hadith, لا يحل لامرأة مسلمة تسافر مسيرة ليلة إلا ومعها رجل ذو حرمة منها ذو حرمة. So you should not travel. There's a fiqh masla. I'm not going to discuss that here. What's the rulings, and is it linked to a particular reason or cause, or is it general? It's not another issue altogether. But here it says here, رَجُلٌ ذُو حُرْمَةٍ مِنْهَا. So rajul is man'ut and ذُو حُرْمَة. So ذُو is not a jamid, it's not a mushtaq, but it becomes a sifa of rajul. So ذُو حُرْمَةٍ مِنْهَا, meaning a mahram basically, a person who cannot marry. We call it chaperon. Okay? So she should not travel without one of those. And that's a fiqh masala. I'm not going to discuss that here. Okay? But you understand the ruling here? Okay. Right? Now moving on, one step further is that we can actually have a masdar used as an adjective. The masdar is used as a na'at. Why mubalaghatan? Okay? So for example, how does it work? You have here, there's a pool of nasrun. And the one who does nasr is what? So he has branched off from nasr, isn't it? If someone is really helpful, and you want to emphasize and exaggerate his helpfulness, what can you say? Instead of Zaydun Nasrun, you can say Zaydun Nasrun. He's the help himself. Help is the whole concept of help is in him. So it's mubalagha. For example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says regarding the brothers of Yusuf alayhi salatu wassalam, وَجَاءُوا عَلَىٰ قَمِيسِهِ بِدَمٍ كَذِبٍ. And they brought, ja'a means to come, but when ja'a comes with ba, it means what? Yeah. So they brought damin kadhib. They brought what? False blood ala qamisihi, on his shirt. Okay? You got it? Okay? So the kadhib is a masdar. But what's it being used as? This is not sifa. Man'ur, and it's called a na'at. It's sifa, but try and use the right word. Okay? We just give a whole lecture about not using sifa, use sifa again. I know you got a habit as well, that's how I taught you guys. But as you learn, if you realize something you were doing before is not correct, you change it. I'm saying it's all a learning process. Okay? Right. The last point in here I want to mention to you is that sometimes what can happen is that, as I said to you, the rule is, or the common concept is, when anything is done against a norm, it now clicks and rings a bell. What's going on here? Correct? So if you want to emphasize the na'at of something, you do qata of the i'rab. What does that mean? That the na'at does not follow the matbu in i'rab. So you say, why? What's happened here? Why is it not from i'rab? Because what? To create emphasis. For example, سَيَصْلَى نَارًا ذَاتَ لَهَبٍ. Abu Lahab will enter the fire which is full of flames. Correct? وَامْرَأَتُهُ, and also his wife. Now if he said here, حَمَّالَةُ الْحَطَبِ, that would have been matching. But now what happened here? We didn't say حَمَّالَةُ الْحَطَبِ. We didn't qata. What's qata mean? We did not make it mansoob. We didn't make it marfu, following the man'ut. You get it? Why? Because we have a question here. Why is it mansoob, man'ut? That means that it's so what we'll say in i'rab, you say that what's here? Adhummu is a verb, which is mahzoof, I lament. But that's just to make up the i'rab. But in theory, it's a sifa. It's sifa again. It's a na'at, but the na'at has become maqtu' from the man'ut in i'rab. You follow? Similarly, Allah's praising, لَيْسَ الْبِرَّ أَن تُوَلُّوا وُجُوهَكُمْ قِبَلَ الْمَشْرِقِ وَالْمَغْرِبِ وَلَكِنَّ الْبِرَّ مَنْ آمَنَ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ. Allah continues. And he says, وَالْمُوفُونَ بِأَهْدِهِمْ, and those who fulfill their promises, إِذَا آهَدُوا. So before the ma'atuf alayhi, what is there? This is what? Marfu, isn't it? Because what? And then here, it's not a na'at itself, but it's the same concept applies. Qatl i'rab. You're removing the link of the i'rab. Why? To create even more emphasis. وَالصَّابِرِينَ. It's to be وَالصَّابِرُونَ, isn't it? وَالْمُوفُونَ وَالصَّابِرُونَ. But by making it mansoob, now what you're saying here, that is, it creates an emphasis. So وَالصَّابِرِينَ فِي الْبَأْسَاءِ وَالضَّرَّاءِ وَهِينَ الْبَأْسِ أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ صَدَقُوا. Following? You understand? Yeah? Subhanallah bihamdi subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayka.